Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Mid-Valley softball. Senior Mariah Ford joining us right now. Well, Mariah, welcome into the show. Great to see you and your teammates a couple of weeks ago. And, boy, things are going really well with your team right now. Atop those District 2 AA standings, boy, there's a logjam of teams that are really, really good right there with you. Let's talk about your season so far there at Mid-Valley.
Definitely. We were struggling in the beginning of the year with hitting, and now we're starting to pick it up a little bit more. We're getting better pitchers coming our way, and that's something we really look forward to. We love the competition that everyone's bringing to us every week, and there's really no team that's the best team out there. It's whoever comes to play that day is going to win that day.
Mariah, you made a commitment to Millersville, a great university. Talk about getting that out of the way and saying, hey, I want to play softball at that next level.
It was definitely a big step for me. It took a while for me to make my decision, but, you know, Coach was great. She was on my side. She wanted me to come there really badly, and she basically did anything and everything for me to go there. She's a great person, and I love the girls that play there, and that really helped me to make my decision to go to Millersville.
Mariah, you've come a long way, and as we're going to go back to when you were 6 years old, and a really unfortunate accident happened, and let's talk a little bit about, take us back to when you were 6 years old and getting through some of that adversity.
Yeah, I was just playing coach pitch, and, you know, I was a kid, and I didn't really know the rules or anything, and I just ran into the bat, and I was in Danville for a couple weeks, and it was something that was really well known in our area that it happened to me, and I wasn't able to do any physical sports for a year. My mom wanted to try to get me to be a dancer and cheer, and I said, no, I want to play softball again, and then I just started playing again, and I did not let it hold me back from playing, and I'm just continuing my dream.
Well, Mariah, you make it sound like it was just a little thing, but actually you suffered a fractured skull and both eye orbitals and frontal sinus and growth plates, severe concussion. It was a real challenge, I'm sure, for you. And when you're 6 years old, you probably don't think about all those different things. But as you reflect now, here in your senior year and going to Millersville University, and you with that little get-go saying, hey, I'm still playing softball, it really is a great story.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I never let it stop me, and, you know, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to play softball in college, and all those people that were there when I was younger, they still remember me to this day, and they always come up to me, and you're like, you're the girl that got hit with the bat, and I say, yes, I am, and, you know, I'm going to play college softball, and I did not let this stop me.
And, of course, Mariah back then spending 3.5 weeks recovering at Geisinger, Danville, included speech therapy. Well, Mariah, you speak so well, and you're all grown up here in your senior year. And let's talk about that leadership, because you're one of the leaders there at Mid-Valley, but there's some other seniors that really have helped lead this team, and there's talent up and down, seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big person on leadership. I love being a leader, and that's something I really preach at practice. You know, I'm always telling girls, people look up to you, and I used to be looking up to the older girls all the time too that played. And, you know, Sam Reed, Amanda Remisitis, Gabby St. Cal, there's some great seniors that we have up with me, and they're all leaders to all the girls that we have on the team, and we have some great juniors too. So they're all doing their job this year, and leadership really goes far with playing a sport. So I think it's a great thing that we have with the girls.
Let's talk a little bit about the bond that you have with your father, and that dad-daughter thing is pretty special. And a lot of times when it comes to sports, it means something. Tell us about having your dad be around the game of softball and what it's like and that relationship that you have.
Yeah, he's been coaching me since 10U, and he's always been my coach. And, you know, he was my travel coach for many years now. And then when I hit high school, he wanted to become a part of our high school team. And, you know, he snuck right in there. And it's definitely a challenge with your dad coaching you, but it's like an awesome feeling to always have him on your side and telling you what you're doing wrong and right. And, you know, he really pushes me to be my best and do my best. and that's something I really enjoy, and it's going to be a lot different in college to not have him on the field with me.
And then how about your mom nowadays here in your senior year with going out to every game? Does she kind of give you that, hey, be careful speech, or kind of, watch and say, okay, I got to make sure everything's okay here?
Yeah, definitely. My mom's like a ballerina, so she never really, played physical sports. And all the time when I go out there, when she sees me get hurt just a little bit, she's always, her hands are on her face. She's a nervous wreck. But she learned that I'm tough, and I could get through anything. And I'm doing what I love, and she's so supportive of it. And she's at every single game, and she's the one that always brings me my food, because if she doesn't, I forget to eat during travel. She's just the total mom of softball, basically.
Well, it sounds like you got great parental support, which is always awesome. And, of course, Coach Mike Piercy doing a great job there at Mid-Valley. Boy, there's some challenges coming up in the schedule, including Riverside, who really did a fabulous job against Holy Cross. So that's the next task.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I'm a good friend of Casey Orlowski's. She's a great pitcher. She could really move the ball inside and outside. And, we have to come on our A game. We have to give it our hardest in that game if we want to win. And we have to make sure we make no errors, have to have good defense. And I definitely think that we'll be able to, pull off the win. But it's definitely going to be a challenge.
Mariah, when you talk about the rest of this year, the playoffs will be pretty fun, I'm sure, for you and your teammates. And, of course, you lose, you go home. But we're hoping you can keep it going. And there's some big goals this year for the Spartanettes.
Yeah, definitely. We're always talking about, states. We want to make it to states. And we always said this year, my senior year, was going to be the best year that we could have. And, we're going to make it happen. And we love the support that we're getting. We're seeing more fans every game. And we're really looking forward to making it far in playoffs and possibly states.
Mariah, I want to thank you for sharing your personal story about some of those challenges when you were younger. Seems like you really got the world right now where you want it. Playing softball, having a good time as a student, athlete at Mid-Valley, and a bright future at Millersville University. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mariah Ford from Mid-Valley here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.